When we train and move in martial arts, pressure is always or often supposedly present, but it doesn't always seem to be the case just because there are so many ways of learning moves and technique that don't involve actually giving stress and pressure and chaos and intent to hit or strike or whatever that it is. Being able to move in that real-time stressful state involves our nervous system. It involves our fight or flight response. It involves us understanding how quick these moments go and what adrenaline surges do to our brains, what shutdowns do to our bodies, what overload does to our whole system. There is a limit in my experience, in the way that I train my students. There are different things that will put a person in overload. And I find that when I go overboard, people don't end up learning the thing that they needed to learn. It becomes very frustrating. It becomes a bigger problem than maybe it should be. But when there is a balance struck between the learning, the the pressure, and what it is that they're actually trying to install, it becomes such a conducive space to deal with things that are very much not about the techniques, not about the moves that are being given, being done. Randomized movement and on target training and, reaction based training, that teaches me so much about how I overdo it on certain things, how I underdo it, or how I freeze, how things suddenly stop moving, how I don't end up moving just because of the stress, just because of the contact that was done. It actually shows me where I am in that moment. As long as the person who's training is there giving me the right cues and the right feedback when I need to hear them. It's very difficult to learn the technique that you actually want to be able to develop for yourself when it's not trained with resistance. It's not trained with non-cooperation. We have to be able to train in such a way where that is pressure is a constant, because that's what happens in combat, that's what happens in life, that's what happens in most things that we do. Developing a skill needs resistance, and being able to train in that space allows us to find our own way and find our own technique. Well, that's another brain fart for today. Thanks for listening. Peace.